Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Weird Garfield comic strips, the series that probably needs a much shorter and catchier title. So it's kind of a running joke in Garfield comics that Garfield is just always horrible to Jon. He insults him, he steals his food, he just ruins the house, etc. But there are actually quite a few strips where Jon is pretty horrible to Garfield too, so today we're going to be taking a look at some of those. So things here start out pretty standard. Garfield eats Jon's food, Jon notices, but then he throws mashed potatoes at Garfield's face, proceeds to throw peas on him, shoves radishes and celery on him, and just walks away. Jon, what are you doing? But of course it doesn't stop there. So this one starts out, Jon is trying to get Garfield to exercise, and then he decides to force a leash on him, drag him outside and start dragging him across a track. Oh, already some red flags here. He starts throwing a tennis ball at Garfield, starts, in this middle panel here, starts smacking Garfield's face on the table trying to get him to do push-ups. Jon, what is wrong with you, Jon? I know I made a joke that, like, Garfield doesn't really act like a cat in the new comics, but thinking that your cat can play tennis and throwing a tennis ball at his head, and then forcing him to do push-ups by slamming his face into the table, it's a bit too far. This one, these just keep getting worse. So in this one here, Jon has this new outfit, and he thinks it's nice, so he goes to Garfield to see what he thinks. Garfield starts ruining the sleeves, stuffs the tie in his mouth, pulls down the hat too, just like ruining his outfit. And, you know, it's understandable that Jon will be mad. Garfield ruined the outfit that he thought was nice. But Jon's reaction here is a little overkill. He throws Garfield out the window. Look at that last panel. That's... Why? This comic was from the period where Garfield was more cat-like, so even if you want to say in the newer ones, like, oh, Garfield's not really a cat, it's, like, it's fine, I guess. He was more cat-like here, so Jon Arbuckle did, in fact, throw a cat out of a glass window, breaking the glass. So the last one was probably the worst offender. The rest of these are just, like, I mean, bad. I mean, look at Garfield's face in that middle panel there. He is clearly terrified. But nothing is going to be as bad as Jon throwing his cat out of the window. I can't get over that still. Also, I'm just now noticing that, once again, Garfield stole Jon's chicken, just like in the mashed potatoes comic. So maybe it's just chicken that makes Jon Arbuckle blow up? I don't know. This is another one that's just mean. He's just taunting poor fat Garfield. Like, that's just cruel, Jon. Just look at how happy and excited Garfield is at the beginning, and then he just looks done with everything by that last panel. But of course, for the most part, Jon Arbuckle is a good cat owner. There have just been a few occasions where he has been horribly, horribly cruel to his cat. But definitely, Jon Arbuckle is more good than he is bad. Although some people do not agree with that. So I found this a while back, and this is what inspired me to make the video, is there is an entire Jon Arbuckle hate blog. Like, here, why I hate Jon Arbuckle. There's just so many comics, and then they go into such detail, like explaining, just like pointing out all of the flaws in Jon Arbuckle's character. It's something. And I guess that's it for this episode of Weird Garfield comic strips. If you have any other Garfield topics you want me to talk about, let me know. I'm running out of video ideas. I don't know how to end videos. I'm gonna end it here. Ooh.